good and great. And also study. That's most important, because we are at a very important point of our life. Right? So, today we are here with the discussion of the question and answers of the Tiger King lesson. But before we start with the discussion, few points that I would like to tell you people regarding your maintenance of notebook and what is the importance of it this time. Though this has always been important to maintain a notebook, but still this year, because we are in the situation wherein we are trapped at our homes, the people are not coming to the school, as if you might have been reading the newspapers and hearing to the news on the television, you see that even the last year's exams are cancelled. Right? And how are they being evaluated? They are being evaluated on the basis of their internal marks or the last exam that they had appeared. That is again the internal exam only. So this year also it may happen. Not very sure about it, but this is just a possibility that if it happens. So I want you all to be prepared for it and not suffer anyway. Right? And that's the reason why I would advise you all to keep your notebooks updated, complete, irrespective of the subject. All the subject, whatever work is being given, complete it. If there are class tests, take them seriously. Attempt your tests seriously. Right? So that if the situation prevails and you are to be evaluated on the same basis, you are not facing any loss. Right? So this is my advice to you all. Kindly try to be punctual, try to be completing all your work. Okay? Now coming to subject English. All of you know me very well, and you know that when it comes to the writing of the question and answers in the notebook, I want you all to use gel pens to write. Yes, you all will be writing your question and answers in the notebook with the help of gel pens. Black for the question and blue for the answers. Neat work is required. Right? And once again I am reminding you, this time your internal assessment marks are very important. Don't think that only whatever marks you are going to get in the board exams will define your future. Again I am repeating, internal marks, internal exams, test, class test, whatever it is, they are all very important this year. And if you take them all seriously, I am sure you will be able to achieve good marks in your final exam. Fine. So that's it. Now to start with the discussion of question and answers of the Tiger King, let's start with the first question. The first question says, the story is a satire and on the conceit of those in power. How does the author employ the literary device of dramatic irony in the story? The story is a satire. What is a satire? We have studied satire when we were in 10th. Satire, irony. Right? Because every other chapter had this question. What is the irony of the lesson? What was the satire in the lesson? Isn't it? So I hope you all know it very well. But I would still repeat it for you all. Satire is making a humorous comment on somebody to ridicule, to make fun of him in order to point out how stupidly that person has behaved. This is what you can term it as satire. Conceit. What is conceit? Conceit is excessive pride. You take a lot of pride in yourself or whatever you do. So the question is asking, the story is a satire on the conceit of those in power. That means the powerful people. They feel whatever we are doing, even if it is a stupid act, but they feel very proud of themselves in doing so. Now coming to this, how does the author employ the literary device of dramatic irony in the story? Now you see the Tiger King. He is an example of the conceit. Right? The Tiger King takes excessive pride in whatever he is doing. So same way when he was born, right? The astrologers predicted, they foretold how he would die. And what did they say? How would he die? He would die. The reason for his death would be a tiger. Right? So, what the Tiger King did, instead of being scared or instead of being safe, instead of keeping himself safe, what did the Tiger King do? The Tiger King killed the first tiger of his life. And when he killed the first tiger of his life, he was again full of conceit. He was again proud of himself. And in that conceit, in that moment of pride, he calls the astrologer and shows him the dead body of the tiger. Right? Here, he only wants to show his power. But what is the reply given by the astrologer? He says, Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers. But you need to be careful with the 100th tiger that you would be killing. That 100th tiger would be the cause of your death. So, when he comes to know that the 100th tiger would be the cause of his death, what does he do? He decides to kill 100 tigers. Right? Rather than saving himself, keeping himself away from the tiger, what is the decision, the foolish decision he makes? He takes a decision of killing 100 tigers. As if killing these 100 tigers would save his life. Is it possible? Is it possible to change the fate? No. He announces in his court that he would not be attending any other work of the kingdom till the time he doesn't kill 100 tigers. And then after that what he does? He goes on killing the tigers in his kingdom. There comes a point that there is no tiger left in his kingdom. But he does not stop there. What is his next decision? He calls his divan and he tells him that he wants to get married to a girl of the kingdom which is rich in tigers. And the foolish divan carries on with his orders, and the king gets married to a girl in the royal family. And then what he does? He goes and kills the tigers in his in-laws' kingdom also. There also he almost finishes all the tigers. There are no tigers left there also. But he has to complete his target. He has to achieve it. So then what does he do? He orders the divan that he needs tigers to kill. And divan, as a fool, what does he do in return? Now he arranges a tiger from People's Park in Madras, an old tiger. He brings that tiger in his car and carries it towards the jungle. So this old tiger, he doesn't have any energy to protect himself. So helplessly he is standing in front of the king. And what he does, he takes an aim and fires. And without knowing whether the tiger is killed or no, what he does, he goes away. So he is happy that the 100th tiger is killed, which is not killed by him. The other people, the hunters, they kill the 100th tiger. Right? And then he is very happy. So in this way, he feels that he might have waded away his death. But that doesn't happen. The death is inevitable. As was explained in the lesson, the theme of the lesson, that the death is inevitable. So he dies. And the cause of his death, of course, is a tiger. Though not a real tiger, but a toy tiger, but he dies. He dies because of the tiger only. And this is how the entire story is dramatized. The irony is, he was supposed to die because of the tiger, and for that he had been ruthlessly killing tigers. 100 tigers he thought he had killed, and now his life is safe. But the death came, it came through the tiger, though not a natural but a toy. So this is how the entire thing is shown, and here we come to know that this is how the king is satirized. Is the answer clear? Coming over to the next question. What is the author's indirect comment on subjecting innocent animals to the willfulness of human being? So here again talking about the Tiger King. Right? When he comes to know that the cause of his death would be a tiger, he becomes very cruel, heartless, right? And in his folly, what he does, he goes on killing tigers after tigers and after tigers. The answer would be almost a bit similar to the previous answer. Here again I am going to talk about how he has been killing the tigers in his own state, his own kingdom. Then he gets married and finishes all the tigers of the other kingdom. How he has banned killing of tigers by anyone else in his state. Right? When he warns tiger, how he has announced that he will exempt taxes for 3 years. When he is unable to get the tiger, how again he says that a double tax to be collected. He doesn't even take mercy on the old tiger. So what is this? This is just cruelty towards innocent animals. The old tiger could not attack, he could not protect himself, so he is also now an innocent animal, isn't it? That's it. Then in the same context, when you take an example of the British officer, the Durai, he is also the same. He also wants to kill the innocent animals, especially the tigers. Why? Just because he wanted to take photograph with them with a gun in his hand and standing over the dead tiger's body. What is this? You taking pictures along with the dead body of any animal? Is that right? No. So all this shows the heartlessness, the cruel behavior, right? The inhuman behavior that you show towards the animals. Is the answer clear? Moving on to the next question. How would you describe the behavior of the Maharaja's minions towards him? Do you find them truly sincere towards him, or are they driven by fear when they obey him? Do we find a similarity in today's political order? So, there are three parts of the question. What does the first part say? That how was the behavior of the Maharaja's minions? Minions, it is the person who carries on order of the superior person. Who was carrying over on the orders of Maharaja here? Who was the minion? Yes, it was the Diwan. Right? Diwan was carrying on the orders just blindly, without giving it a thought, without thinking whether whatever he is doing is right or wrong. He didn't bother to think about it. Simply blindly he was carrying on the orders of Maharaja. So do you find them truly sincere towards him, or they are driven by fear when they obey him? Yes, they are not sincere. Right? He is not at all sincere. He is only driven by fear. So if you remember, when he was called by Maharaja, what was Maharaja doing? Yes, he was brandishing his gun. So he got scared. And remember how foolishly he was answering to the king? When the king says that he wants to marry, he doesn't use his brain. And what is the answer he gives? He says that, how can it be possible? I already have 2 wives. And how can he take king as his wife? Now that is so stupid, isn't it? Yes. After that, the other thing is when the king says, I want tiger. I don't want to get married to you, but I want tiger. So now here again, without giving a thought, what he says, Your Majesty, a tiger king is enough in the kingdom. We don't need a tiger queen now. Right? And when the Maharaja says that he wants to marry a girl, but a girl whose kingdom is rich in tigers. So he simply finds the matching alliance and the king gets married. Right? And after that, when the king doesn't get, the king announces that if you don't arrange a tiger for me, you will have to resign. So again with the fear, what he does, he goes to Madras, People's Park, and from there he brings an old tiger. So what is all this? This is just closing your eyes and following the orders without using the brain. And what is the reason behind it? The reason behind it is the fear. The fear of losing your chair. The fear of losing your political power. See how we are coming towards the next part of the question, which says, do we find a similarity in today's political order? Yes. We find a lot of similarity if we see today's political system and we try to relate it with the tiger king system. Here people, because of fear, are ready to do anything in politics just to save their chair. They can become part of crime, corruption, yes, defame anybody without thinking. So all these things are part of today's political scenario. And so we can say that there is a lot of similarity between the lesson and the political order that we see in today's present time. I hope the answer is clear. Let's see what does the next question ask us. Can you relate instances of game hunting among the rich and the powerful in the present times that illustrate the callousness of human beings towards wildlife? Now what is the question asking? The question is asking, can you relate the game of hunting among the rich and the powerful with today's life? In olden days, this was a fun for them. This was a game for them, for the kings and the Maharajas. If you see few movies related to kings and all, how was it shown? It is shown that how they go for hunting, how they hunt and all those things. And even in today's present talking about an actor who was arrested for killing a deer of the species which was extincting and which was protected. Yes, correct. You guessed it right. I'm talking about the actor Salman Khan. How for so many long years the court case was going on. After that, there was another incident where the former Nawab was found guilty of indulging in the game of hunting illegally. Right? So this is what? Though the government has banned hunting, but still some or the other way people are involved into it. Right? People are involved and they keep on posing threat towards the wildlife. Is it clear? The answer is clear? Fine. Now coming to the last question. We need a new system for the age of ecology. A system which is embedded in the care of all people and also in the care of the earth and all life upon it. Discuss. Almost so many times whenever we are talking about nature, about environment, about Mother Earth, we have been writing the same things. Right? The reasons that are affecting our Earth, the steps that we can take to protect. And yes, in today's world, in today's scenario, it is really needed to have a new system of ecology. Right? Without which it would really be difficult for us to save our Mother Earth. Right? Now just unlike us human beings, these wildlife, wild animals or animals, they also follow the same life circle. Right? They give birth, they reproduce, then eating and depending on each other for eating. The powerful animal eats a little less powerful. So how it is? It goes like this. Or you can say it goes like this. Either of the way. Right? In an ascending or a descending order. But then this is in order to maintain the balance of the ecology. If suppose there are rats but nobody eats those rats, so what is going to happen? The cycle. Giving birth, reproducing, giving birth. So maybe the world will have more number of rats. And then the balance would go. So in order to maintain that balance, there is a little higher order of animal who will eat that rat. In order to maintain the level again there will be another animal who will be eating that animal. And this is how it will be balanced. Right? So same way as the nature is following the balance system of ecology, there should be some steps taken by us humans to maintain that balance. You see the way the global warming is increasing. Right? The way the glaciers are melting. So in order to fix all these things, in order to protect all these things from happening, what we need to do, we need to take proper steps. And because the population is rising, the way we are using our natural resources, the time has come when everything is going to end. All the natural resources will come to an end. So we need to control the population. We need to control our necessities. We need to control our greed. And only with all these things, we will be able to maintain that balance. Right? So I hope you will be in a position to write this answer. Similarly, when these type of answers, when they come in the exam, children, these are what? These are personal response questions, right? For you all, since you are in class 12, what is going to happen? For you all, it will be coming for 6 marks. The long answers for you all will be 6 marks. There will be 2 6 marks questions, one from each book. One question you will have from your Vistas, the other long 6 marks question will be from your other book, that is Flamingo. Of course, there would be choice, 2 questions would be given and you would be writing any one of them. But there should be a proper format for writing these answers. First thing you always should remember, as I have been telling you all in your class 10th also, you should know the names of the chapters, poems, their authors and poets. That should be known by heart. Even if somebody wakes you in the middle of your sleep in the night and they ask you, you should with your closed eyes be able to answer those questions related to name of the chapters and the poets and the authors. Right? So, such type of answers you should first be giving the name of the chapter or the poem, author or the poet. Then what was the theme of the lesson? Right? And then what was the lesson all talking about? How does the theme develop? Then relate that situation in the chapter to our daily life or to your life. Give examples from your surrounding. Right? And then again try to relate both the situations and give the conclusion. This is how you are supposed to write your long answer question. That would come for 6 marks. Is it clear? Now, I hope the question and answers are very clear to you all. Once again, I am repeating my instructions. You all are writing the question and answers in your notebook neatly with the help of gel pens. Is it clear? So, keep your work completed, updated and study right from now. Don't wait for the exams. And when exams will come, then I will study. So here we finish with the chapter completely. Complete your work and study. Stay home, stay safe. Bye-bye.